D-Ro, going into the game, all the Padres were asked about facing Shohei Ohtani, and they all said, he's the GOAT, but we're going to go at him. And the Padres' heart of the order is exactly what you wanted to see from them all season long. You could start to imagine, right?
Yeah, I thought Brian Anderson and Ron Darling were unbelievable on the call. And Ron Darling had a board talking about the Padres' struggles with runners in scoring position. It's been like the perfect storm for them. All their superstar players are kind of having their worst 3 to 4 months of their careers, it seems like, all at the same time, except Juan Soto. Sneaky, having a better year than I was even locked in on. But I want to dive in on a couple things. First off, I feel terrible for my boy Phil Nevin because in the last 24, 36 hours, you've watched your 3 highest paid players just go down, and some of it being scary. So let's get into it right here. Mike Trout, texted him yesterday, and I told him, I've been through this surgery in 1997 when he was 6 years old. Soon as he took that swing, I was like, ooh, wrist, hamate, what is it? And then when he takes his right hand off the bat and puts only the pressure on his left hand and grimaces right there, boom, that's hook of the hamate. So real quick, pause this. Did the exact same thing in the minor leagues, where the bat sits for most guys is right there, right on the pad of your left hand, bottom hand. And when you swing, it almost feels like a firecracker goes off in your batting glove. And the pain goes away instantly. So you're like, ooh, what was that? And as soon as you take your top hand off the bat and go to pick, you can't. So 4 to 5 weeks, I would think he's back as good as new. A lot of guys have been through this surgery. It's not a big deal, but it's a big deal for the Angels at a bad time. All right, keep going. Anthony Rendon. This one scared me. Run that back real quick. I want you to focus on where, and pause it. I mean, that is right. Base of the knee, shin. I've watched Jermaine Dye break his leg on something similar like this. And you just feel terrible for Anthony because the guy is snake bitten with the injury bug in his 4 seasons since he's come over since 2019. His 2019 in Washington, he's been more productive in 1 year than 4 years with the Angels, but a lot of it due to injury. And then to watch Shohei Ohtani. Came in with the nail problem. They put an acrylic nail, which they'll do, a fake nail over the top and kind of glue it down to give him some relief. But what does it do? Maybe puts pressure on some spots that aren't normally put pressure on, develops a blister, and he has to come out of the game. Pause this real quick, though. I love the sound throughout the game. Blake Snell, they were interviewing him, and he said, wow, it's interesting to watch Shohei work. It's like he's working at 50, 60% early in this game and then watching the 5th inning. He went from 91, 92 to 97. I'll take you through some Soto ABs. This is the 1st inning. Little cutter down and in, no big deal. Let's get back into count, 92. He's kind of just picking and choosing what he wants to do here early in the game. Get you off the barrel. He's going to put him away with a nasty breaking ball. Okay? Next AB in the 5th inning, when he needed to get out of a jam, 92 went to 97 real quick. Cutter, 91 miles an hour, slider, and then it's woof. The only guy that I faced that consistently did this in the big leagues that could ramp it up like this too. Justin Verlander and Kurt Schilling always had the ability to reach back for more. So I thought that was impressive by Ohtani, but I feel terrible for the Angels right now with the 3 big dogs. All right, go. Offense, middle of the order. Manny had a day, Xander had a day, but it's their reactions. Cronenworth had a day. There's a lot of frustration in this lineup, and you saw 2 guys explode yesterday. Xander goes deep, but it wasn't even that. It was the reaction to this base hit to right. Like, where's that been all year for me? Base hit to right's been in the back pocket for this guy's entire career. When he was with Boston, it didn't matter. Shoot it to right field, shoot it over the green monster. So he's dealt with injury bug throughout the course of the year, some wrist. He's been peak valley all season long. I expect Xander to get going if he's healthy. And what a sight for sore eyes. They gave Jay Cronenworth $80 million, got off to a slow, terrible start for him. and he was on fire yesterday. 3 extra base hits off Ohtani, and you see his reaction. They're letting it go. He comes around first base right here, and all the emotions coming out of him. I know I've been struggling, but I want to get it going for the boys right here. But what's been his bugaboo? Bring up the board on the elevated heater. Because I'm like, why has Cronenworth been struggling so bad this season? And what's going to get him going? Take a look at this. 2020 to 21. Splits versus the four-seam fastball, 327. He's hitting 206 with a 314 slug on it. So the book's out. They're running some elevated heaters on him. Otani didn't execute in a big spot yesterday. He was able to clip him. Maybe the middle of this order gets going now. They need a 10-game win streak to get it rolling. And they had the right man on the mound. We'll end it with Joe Musgrove. Reading through the research packet, I always felt like Joe Musgrove, and this is the first at bat of the game, Mickey Moniak, we're going dirty changeup. Now we're going to go dirty changeup again. He hasn't thrown a heater yet. Game started, he's 3 pitches in. Taylor Ward comes up next, AB. Nasty breaking balls to get him going. Look at that thing. Gary Sanchez behind the plate. And when you read it, when I look at Joe Musgrove, it screams the ability to spin a baseball. That's how I've always viewed him. But the numbers support his fastball, 2-seamer and 4-seamer, have been better for him this year. But yesterday, like Lauren said, the changeup and breaking ball were back in a big way. He was awesome for this team. He always steps up in big spots. Bring up the Joe Musgrove board and I'll get out. Take a look at this. Changeup percentage yesterday. Opponents 1 for 17 with 10 Ks versus slider, curveball, and changeup yesterday. So he kind of put it all together. He knew he had his heater, but yesterday the changeup was nasty for him. Breaking ball, pods get going. Angels, I feel terrible for.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Shohei Ohtani. Today is his birthday. He's 29 years old. So, Shohei, if you're watching, give us a call. Maybe we'll get you on the show. Love to have you. What better way to spend your birthday than with us?